Hi, Terry VanNoy. Welcome to Math Class with Terry V. Hope this video helps you out, and if you enjoy it, please share it, comment, or like it. And you can also go to my website, MathPowerLine.com. It's a math resource blog, lesson videos for students, and other resources for parents and teachers. Give me a call or go to my website or email. All right, let's go to today's lesson. And we're going to be using the law of sines and the law of cosines. So I'm going to go over with you and kind of show you the strategy of when you would use which law and which formula. So here they are. This is the law of sines, and it's a ratio between every angle of the triangle and its opposite side. Okay, and we can set those up as proportions and solve by cross multiplying. Now the thing to remember about the law of sines, and part of our strategy here, is it depends on the given information. If we're given information about two angles and a side, whether that side is not included between the two angles, AAS, or if it is included between the two angles, angle, side, angle, that's when we know we can use the law of sines. Okay? Now I'm going to say this probably multiple times, but here's the rule. If you're given information where you know at least one angle and its opposite side, okay, that's your key right there, one angle and its opposite side, then you'd use the law of sines. Okay, law of cosines is a little bit bigger. It looks more complicated formula, and you notice these patterns here that I've highlighted in yellow, but it allows you to find all the rest of the parts if you have sine, angle, side. In other words, the angle is included between two sides. Okay, that's your clue to use the law of cosines. Sometimes maybe all you know is the length of all three sides of the triangle. Now it'll take an extra step, but then you would use the law of cosines and you can find those angles. All right, let's give a try to two problems. For problem 5 and 6, you notice what we're given. We have an angle and we have two sides, so that angle is an included angle. Okay, and that's true for number 6 also. Well, that's your clue now to start with the law of cosines, then you're going to use the law of sines to find the missing information after that. Good luck, hit pause on this video and give it a try. Alright, let's take a look at how you did. Number 5, the very first thing we should do is label the parts. So here's angle B, it's 40 degrees, and across from that is going to be little side B. We're going to use lowercase letters. So here's angle A, so that 27 must represent A. And here is 13, it's opposite angle C, so we're going to call that C. Now we'll do the same with problem number 6, but let's go ahead and start with the law of cosines here and see what that looks like. Now notice that the good strategy here is look at the included angle here. It's 40, and we're going to solve for that missing third side. Okay, that's the probably the best place to start, and I've highlighted that in yellow. So that's B, and we're going to go with this version of the law of cosines. Now let's plug in the numbers. So then we're going to be squaring the 27 and the 13 and multiplying 2 times A times C. We'll find the cosine value of 40 degrees to be 0.7660, and it looks like that. Now we're going to go ahead and combine these first two numbers and then subtract this product here. So we end up with B squared as 358.268. Now most of these calculations I'm going to carry through to either 3 or 4 decimal places. Now that's B squared, so let's go ahead and take the square root of each of those sides. And you'll see that B equals 19. So let's go ahead and round that to a whole unit, 19. Okay, it's close enough. So I'm going to put 19 right there, and that's that side AC. So now we're going to move on to the law of sines, because we do have one angle and its opposite side. Okay, we have 3 sides of the triangle and one angle. So now it's an easier set of calculations to use the law of sines. So let's go ahead and do that. I have several choices here. I could use some combinations here. I'm going to go ahead and use the B parts and the C parts. So sine of angle B over the length of B, which I just found was 19, and sine of C over C. Now let's plug in the numbers. So the sine of my 40-degree angle is 0.6428, carry out to 4 places. Sine C we don't know because we're looking for angle C. We're going to go ahead and cross multiply. Multiply those two numbers together and divide by 19. And the result should be about 0.4398. All right, now that's the sine value. So we have to find what angle C is. And the measure of angle C is the inverse sine, that's sine minus 1 on your calculator, of that value. All right, hopefully you have a calculator handy and give it a try. Angle C should be about 26 degrees. All right, 26 degrees. So put that in right there. Now, we could, to finish, we're only looking for angle A now. That's our missing part. We could use the law of sines again, but there's an easier method. And here's a good clue here for you. If we know 2 out of the 3 angles of a triangle, well, we know all 3 add up to 180, right? So the measure of angle A, to finish here, is 180 minus, now what's my 26 degrees plus the 40 degrees I have here? That'd be 66, right? So 180 minus 66 degrees. All right, angle A would have to be 114. All right, well, congratulations. We found all 3 angles and all 3 sides of that triangle. We have solved it. And now hopefully you've tried number 6. If not, go ahead and hit pause and we'll see what we can do. All right, well, you can see the answers here. Angle A is 79 degrees, angle C is 33 degrees, and the missing side there is, we'll call it lowercase b, is 17 yards. Now, how do we get that? Well, again, we notice that we have an angle as included between 2 sides, so there's your clue to use the law of cosines. The very first step is to find that missing third side, all right? So the law of cosines now is going to involve b squared. Here's what it looks like written out. So notice that we have to take the cosine of 68 degrees, which is 0.3746, rounded to 4 digits in your calculations. And of course, I would like to add those 2 numbers together and then subtract this product. Now we get b squared equals 289.144. Then we take the square root of both of those parts. And b is going to be 17. Of course, it's already labeled there, but I hope that you were able to follow my calculations. If at any time you look like you're doing it wrong, you should hit pause and then look back over these calculations. I won't take the time to actually write them out in front of you. All right, what's our next step? We know all 3 sides of this triangle, and we know 1 angle, right? Now we're going to use the law of sines to find 1 other angle, then subtract from 180. So we know that that is 17. Now we need to use the law of sines. Now we have a few choices here, but I'm going to go ahead and try to solve for angle C. All right, let's see where we get that 33-degree answer. So here's the ratio, sine B over B equals sine C over C. Now let's plug in the values that we know. The sine of 68 degrees is 0.9272, and this gives us our proportion. Notice that that 10 is length C from our diagram, and the 17 is the answer we just found for B. Now, of course, we're going to cross multiply those 2 numbers together and divide by 17. The sine value is 0.5454. Now, of course, to find the actual angle measure, we do the inverse sine function. Now, in the calculator, we would plug in the value, 0.5454. We would find the sine minus 1 key, which, if it's not showing, it would be either shift or inverse, and click on sine minus 1. That's the inverse sine. All right, the angle that gives me that value is 33 degrees. And that was already given to us, of course, when I showed you the answer key, but hopefully you were able to get that also. All right, now finally we have angle A to get. Now we could use the law of sines using these ratios here, but work on the A parts. But We know 2 of the 3 angles of a triangle. Let's do it the easy way. So the measure of angle A is equal to the sum of all 3 angles, which is 180, minus, what are the 2 angles we know already? 68 plus 33. That's 101, right? All right, 180 minus 101. And that would give us 79 degrees. All right, so to do a quick recap, you notice that you're given the information side, angle, side. That tells you law of cosines. Do that first to find the missing third side, and from there you can use the law of sines and the angle sum to find all the missing parts. So there you go. Now the next video is a self-quiz. There's going to be in 2 parts. All right, first of all, you're going to use the law of sines or cosines to find the missing parts that are asked for. And then the final quiz is to solve the entire triangle. Good luck, and thanks for watching. All right, there you have it. I invite you to go to my website now, MathPowerLine.com, or email me or give me a call. The way I work best with students is live online in my classroom. So if I can help you in any way, answer some specific questions, the first lesson with me is free as I show you how everything works. All right, study hard,